Furious Fox Entertainment and Gaming here today. And today we are doing a conspiracy theory, but also we want you to follow us on our Instagram. Mine is Furious Fox 34 with an underscore. Then Dayton's is The Great Daytonic. So follow us on Instagram.
And Snapchat.
Here, we'll go to our Snapchats real quick.
We're
just going to go on Snapchat. Okay, so here is Dayton's. Dayton. Wait, how do you just go to yours? Here, just go to yours real quick. Okay, here's Dayton's. Dayton wins. And then here's mine. Okay, now here's the real video. Okay, so we have a conspiracy theory that Monster is Satan. Because here is the Hebrew numerals. 6. Here, you can kind of see it. It's pretty blurry. My phone sucks.
So basically, the monster symbol
is the devil's hour.
Yeah, 666. Because the numeral version of it is 6.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, that's not an M. That's obviously not an M. And Unleash the Beast.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, and then here's another one. I don't remember what this one was. Okay, let me go to this thing. Where's the symbol?
Of what?
Of the other one.
The cross?
Oh, here's the cross. Oh,
yeah. See,
this is the cross.
The cross. That's obviously a cross. And then when you drink it, it's upside down.
Yeah.
So that's like in
Devil's Hour.
Yeah. Because upside down cross is
Devils. So now we're going on to my Xbox. And so we're going to a conspiracy theory thing really quick. I just gotta go over here.
Just pause it.
So this is not sponsored by this YouTuber. This is top 5. And I think I am subscribed to them. So subscribe to them. They're awesome.
This is Mandela Effects.
Yeah, this is like a shout out video too. It's like my freaking Xbox sucks. Sorry. Okay, we're starting.
I want to ask you a very simple question. I would like you to use the video polls on the right-hand side of this video to answer it. When did Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, die? Was it whilst incarcerated in prison many years ago, or was it just recently at the end of 2013? If you said it was in prison, then you're wrong, but don't feel silly, because you'll not have been the only one to have said that, and that is down to something that's been all the talk lately, called the Mandela Effect. It was first mentioned in 2010 by Fiona Brew, who was convinced Nelson Mandela had died in prison and was confused to find out that he was still alive and well at the time. She didn't think much of it until overhearing a conversation sometime later of people sharing similar thoughts that Mandela died in prison and that they remember his funeral vividly on TV. After this, she came up with something called the Mandela Effect, which basically means an event that someone, more importantly a large group of people, usually in the millions, are convinced something took place that in reality never happened, or was considerably different to how they remember it. After sharing this new perspective that no one had talked about before online, people could relate, and more examples of the Mandela Effect began to surface. I will talk about a few, then go into an explanation of why this could be happening that will most likely blow your mind. I will also be using the polls for some of these examples to gauge how everyone's views are different, so just click on the icon on the top right-hand corner of this video to take part. Now, the thing with this Mandela Effect is that it's easy for anyone to say that I remember it that way, but how can we know if they are telling the truth? Well, thankfully, there are many videos that will help back up people's beliefs. And strangely, The Simpsons can be used as a reference in almost all of the most common Mandela Effect examples, which I'll be showing. I don't know why it happens so much in The Simpsons, or what this could mean, but it's the best way to prove this is not just a theory or someone making stuff up. This is real. For starters, picture the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963. How many people were in the car? Was it 4? Well, if like most, you said yes, and why wouldn't you? There were pictures of a 4-seater car, even in the Time magazine, relating to JFK's death, and even a documentary exploring the Oswald conspiracy, which surely would have wanted to get everything perfect to replicate that day, used a 4-seater car. But there were actually 6 people in the car that day. And the people who support the theory that the driver shot Kennedy are in disbelief that there were 2 people in between Kennedy and the driver, dismissing that long talked about theory entirely. Next up, do you remember the famous line, "That's not a knife, this is a knife"?
This is a knife. This is a knife.
Well, that didn't happen. It was actually this.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
But the reason the majority of us think it's the first one is the Mandela effect. Now, this one got me pretty good. How do you spell Rubik's Cube? If, like me, you thought it was like this, then you're wrong. It's actually spelled with a K and not an X. Again, visualize a picture of Mickey Mouse right now. How does he look? Big ears, red suspenders, and yellow shoes. Well, he actually never had suspenders, and only wears high-waisted shorts. Now, the most famous and common example of the Mandela effect is from Star Wars, where most remember the famous line, even the actor who played Darth Vader in an interview, "Luke, I am your father."
Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
But he never said that. He said this.
No, I am your father.
Speaking of Star Wars, many remember C-3PO being all gold, including of course the Simpsons, but he actually had a silver leg. Other things that you possibly thought you remembered, but are slightly different, include the thought that Billy Graham was dead, but he isn't. The interview with a vampire being called that, which is actually called Interview with the Vampire. The vision of the Monopoly man, rich Uncle Pennybags, having a monocle, which even I always envisioned him, but he doesn't. The thought that in the movie Jaws, Brody said, "We're going to need a bigger boat." However, the line is,
You're gonna need a bigger boat. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
the famous quote from Snow White, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?"
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the baldest of them all?
Mirror, mirror. See that? Mirror, mirror. Again, this is the book, inside the book right here. Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
The Volkswagen logo does have a line through it, and the comedian Sinbad did not play a genie movie, which there are a huge amount of people who say they remember him in a genie film in the 1990s. There are also stories of people seeing things on the news, then days later seeing exactly the same thing, and are certain something unexplainable is going on. So where is all this going? And isn't this just a case of bad memories? Or in some cases, the fact that companies have subtly changed things without notifying us? Well, all of those are a possibility, but there is a much more interesting theory, and here it goes. Some believe that the Mandela effect is proof that parallel universes exist, and that we alternate between them. Now, this may seem hard to take in, but there are people out there that feel more in tuned into the reality around them, and believe they have tapped into an alternate universe. And
Okay, so we're done with the video, and so this is a bunch of Mandela effects or some conspiracy theories. So here is one. I will go to one. Okay, so this one is that the moon landing was in fact fake. So I will read from this paragraph. So it's now been nearly 4 decades since Neil Armstrong took his giant leap for mankind. If, that is, he ever set foot off this planet. Doubters say the U.S. government, desperate to beat the Russians in the space race, faked the lunar landings with Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Which there was another one guy, his name was like Michael something. I'm trying to think of his name, but I can't think of it right now. So they were acting out their mission on a secret film set, located, depending on the theory, either high in the Hollywood Hills or deep within Area 51. You can comment down below which one you think. With photos and videos of the Apollo missions only available through NASA There's no independent verification that the lunar landings were anything but a hoax. So, but in the picture, here, I'm going to go to the picture. Look, in the picture, this is not edited. This is straight off his phone. Look at the picture in the background.
The flag is clearly moving, but there's no gravity. It wouldn't be moving.
Yeah. And, look, in the background, there's no stars. No stars at all.
If we were in space, there would be seeing lots of stars. Like, if it was nighttime right
Millions of billions of stars.
we could see.
Yeah.
And isn't there one, or there's like an M on a rock or something?
Yeah.
Or it's not an M, but it's
It's like a code.
like a letter or something. Wait,
So, and here's the waving the flag on the moon, which critics say proves that he was not in space. The flag's movement say they clearly shows there is a presence of wind, which is impossible in a vacuum. NASA says Aldrin was twisting the flagpole to the moon soil, which caused the flag to move. And never mind that astronauts have brought back hundreds of independently verified moon rocks. Theorists have even suggested that filmmaker Stanley Kubrick may have helped NASA fake the first lunar landing, given that his 1968 film 2001 A Space Odyssey proves that technology existed back then to artificially create a space-like set. So yeah, guys, that was the conspiracy theory video. I hope you liked this. It's pretty cool. The video was pretty weird. But, I mean,
it's true.
it's true. So, yeah. Hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Snapchat. Okay. See you guys in the next video.